The Dynamen are at the Umento Invention Center surface. They are Hokito Dan, Ryu Hoshiwaga, Yosuke Shima, Kosatsu Nago, and Rei Tachibana. Looks like we've got visitors. Oh, by the way, are you people aliens? Asked Ryu Rashiwa, who noticed their rangers' strange outfits. Billy and Katherine had gotten into the anime look. Nope, we're from the future, said Bon. But it's a pretty unbelievable story. Time travelers? What's really going on? Asked Hotko Dan. We're here to keep the United Alliance of Evil from conquering time as they intended, said Billy. Besides, if they do succeed, a lot of inventions for Earth would no longer exist in our future. Oh, that's terrible, said Kosasu Nadigo. Then we must stop them at all costs, said Hokuto Dan. Just as they were speaking, Leech Shinka was already conceived. Migedo, Chimera, and Kar had surfaced. He was starting to absorb energy. This monster will be useful to create an energy bomb, said Migodo. For once I agree with you, cousin, said Chimera. Now, with that monster, I'd love to see how a power failure can cause much distraction. Long, Shizuka, and Mikoto Nadakai appeared as well. I do hope you enjoy our present. That monster will absorb energy and keep getting stronger when it does, said Long. But be careful, though. He could get overloaded, said Miko Nadakai. What is this? Power failure, said Billy. Oh, maybe it's nothing to worry about. I'll probably just check what's going on. Maybe not, said Director Kirato Umento. Power failure that rapid could be a monster attack. I mean, the whole city is losing power and nothing is wrong with any generator nearby. However, as they were speaking, it was reported Leech Shinka was attacking one power plant. The Dynamen sprang into action. We've got no time to waste, said Hoko Dan. Dynamite! These guys really morph even when there are people around. Quite far-fetched from what Zordon told us not to do, said Billy. We're going to help, said Bon, but we've got no choice but to morph now. Whoa, another Dynaman team, said Dyna Red. No, we're from the future. Let's roll, said Deca Red. They call me the Explosive Fireball, and that's why I'm here with my team to help you. It would be best if we teamed up, said Kirato Umeno. Deca Red repaired his motorcycle while the others rode on the SGS car. They were riding with the Dynamen to check out the situation. Migeto, Kar, and Trakina were there. Long, Mikoto Nadikai, and Shizuka were there with Leech Shinka. Well, you'll see what this monster is capable of doing, said Long. A little animal like the leech can kill a person. Now let's see what it can do now that it has grown. Maybe it can really do more damage beyond twice the amount. Very well then, Leech Shinka. Show us what you can do, said Migeto. In an instant, Migeto jumped right into the battle scene, absorbing their every shot. What the? Even in my hybrid magnum shots are absorbed, said Deca Red. Abare Black, Blue Ranger, Gao Yellow, and Zeo Ranger 1 did their best to attack, only to discover that they were leached out of their energy. The Dynamen prepared to perform their team attack, the Dynamite Tackle, only for Leech Shizuka to absorb it right into him. Oh boy, this is great, said Leech Shinka, as he was glowing with much energy. He began throwing destructive fireballs at Zeo Ranger 1, activating her Zeo Shield, and deflected the attacks, but it was no use. Then he attached himself to the Dynamen, hoping to get their energies too. This can't be, said the Dynamen, who were also leached out. But as they were being leached out, Leech Shinka was overloaded. Oh no, the monster is suffering from an overload, said Abare Killer. We must retreat. Now without firing some energy, that is, said Leech Shinka. In an instant, Leech Shinka fired some energy balls. However, the Dynamen and their allies were able to retreat before it was too late. At the Dyna Station, Bon and his team and the Dynamen were thinking of a new strategy to beat the enemy. Billy was refilling everybody's energies up, including his. This monster absorbs energy. If he absorbs too much, he could blow up, said Billy. We'll help in this analysis, said Yosuke Shima. I think the monster could be overloaded simultaneously, said Rei Tachibana. It's not going to be an easy task, though. We have to lure it out. When it got hit by the super dynamite, it got so much energy. After it tried to absorb ours, it got overloaded, said Ryu Hoshiwaka. I think I know just what to do, said Director Kirato Umeno. A power generator would do. It would overload him soon enough, but all of you must contribute. Well said, said Billy. United we stand, divided we'll fall. Meanwhile, Leech Shinka decided to take use of his energy, destroying things around him. He was going to lure the heroes out to their doom. The heroes had begun their plan to defeat Leech Shinka. Oh, what's taking those Dynamen so long to come out, said Long. I'm getting bored. Patience, said Miko Natagai. We must lay their tactics one by one. They won't hide for long, said Megiddo. And they will come out soon, said Chimera. Finally, the Dynamen came out with the power generator. Oh boy, more energy, said lead Shinka. Blue Ranger was in the SGS car repairing the power generator. He turned the switch on and lead Shinka. It was all part of the plan. This is easier than I thought, said Shizuka. Those fools are feeding it power. By now, we can use it against him. The Dynamen and Bond's explosive team began to prepare their attacks to overpower it. Bond prepared his hybrid magnum for defense. Just a few more, said Blue Ranger. I think it's working. Now, Dynamen, use the super dynamite!
Dynamite!
Whoa, I can't handle it, said Leech Shinksa, who was overloaded with power. Well, I guess it's time for you to go, said Deca Red. What's this? The monster exploded, said Megiddo. Looks like it's team for the giant mode. At Jazinka Castle, General Atten, spin the wheel at once, said Atten. Indeed, my lord, said Carr. Now let's see the Dynamen deal with its giant form. Back at the surface, Megiddo and Chimera retreated, as well as Long's team. Leech Shinka enlarged. We've got no choice. Call for the Dyna Jupiter, said Dyna Red. The Dyna Jupiter showed up and finally revealed the Dynamach, Dyna Buggy, and Dyna Gary, forming the Dyna Robo. Remember, it uses energy attacks, said Dyna Black. Got it, said Dyna Red. Okay, team, let's use non-projectile attacks to win this battle. The Dyna Robo used the hammer attack, then the tornado punch. Just then, Leech Shinka attached itself to Dyna Robo. Power levels dropping low. What's going on, said Dyna Blue. The monster is trying to absorb all our energy, said Dyna Red. Back to Deca Red's team. Blue Ranger said, well, I guess we got to help them. I wonder what we can do. Ah, I can intensify the power generator. What? You can't be serious, said Zero Ranger 1. That could be suicidal. It's the only chance we got, said Blue Ranger, who began to override the circuits. Blue Ranger began to carry out instructions from Ranu to carry out the job concerning their last team up together in the laboratory. Ranu, you've helped me become a better scientist. I owe you a lot. If only we didn't belong to two different worlds. I'd really choose you above everything, said Blue Ranger. The power generator fired a beam straight at the monster, giving it energy, which overloaded him. The generator erupted, but the heroes were safe. Well now, we've done what we came to do, said Blue Ranger 1. Thanks again, guys, said the Dynamen from the Dyna Robo. Now it's overloaded. Let's overload it more with our finishing attack, said Dyna Red. We've done it, said the Dynamen together. The team dropped by the Umano Invention Center to give one last visit. Looks like there'll be more than enough inventions in the future, said Billy. And allow me to feature this baby, the Search Guard Time Train. Search Guard Time Train? The Dynamen and Professor Kirato Umeno wondered. Whatever is that? That's right, said Billy. Now here it is, as he pressed the remote control. A train appeared right in front of them, ghost-like, and Bond and his team finally rode it. Billy was still thinking of his promise to Ranu for freeing Mikoto Nadagai from his curse. Oh, what huge power, said Hokodan. Maybe in the future we can make one too. Maybe, it's not likely, said Ryu Hoshiwaka. Although there will still be other great stuff we'll make that may contribute to Super Sentai in the future. In fact, I even envision multiple merging mecha too. Sayonara, said Bon and his team together. Both teams departed both ways to their individual duties. The Dynamen were still left in awe at such a magnificent equipment. The Search Guard Time Train finally left for the Sentai year 2011. There were much more adventures waiting for our heroes soon. We see a closing shot of Eri and Natsuki being put under heavy training duty by Miki Masuki, with the Gokaijers watching over them, as well as their henshin devices were confiscated and they were forced to wear prison uniforms? The Gokaijers see them. Well, it's always amusing to see airheads do what they do, said Doc. Oh, what a pity, said Luca. Not! Regardless, they should keep pounding rocks as punishment. I can't wait to see them cry all they can, said Marvelous. Don't be too harsh on them, said Joe Gibbon. Maybe let's not watch over them. It'll make matters worse. Well, a legend war did occur, and we managed to prevent it after fixing one time period after another. So maybe everything goes back to normal. That Armageddon of a battle prevented, but some things can't be prevented, said Captain Marvelous. The Shinkens are drawing Mordecai character for Rock to keep rocks appearing. Keep working, girls. I do hope you girls learn it's not a lesson to play in the... I do hope you girls learn it's not good to play in the laboratory. You could have blown this place sky high, said Miki Muskie in anger. Wah! Said Eri and Natsuki. To be honest, we look stupid in these uniforms, said Eri. Can't it be colorful? It's so dull. Gray. I hate gray, said Natsuki. Yeah, I want pink. Pink. Pink, said Eri. Stop complaining and get back to work. This is detention for people who cause trouble. Keep working if you expect to move out of this place. Don't expect me to be nice in detention, said Miki Muskie. Wah! Said Eri and Natsuki. And what's worse is that you'll be eating a lot of bad cooking, said Miki Muskie. No! Screamed Eri and Natsuki. Mako arrived with some of her infamous food fiascos. It's time for dinner, said Mako with a killer look in his eyes. Now it's time for lesson number 2. What violators eat for detention. Eri, this is a nightmare, said Natsuki. No, worse than a nightmare. It's really real. Very real. Oh no, said Eri. Not Mako's cooking. I don't want to eat Mako's cooking. No, please, anything but that awful excuse for a chef Mako's cooking. I suffered so many cramps from eating it before this alliance was formed. I want food from the Dino Curry house. I want Dino Curry. I want Genta Sushi, said Natsuki. You two have been naughty, and that's what I do. Feed naughty people with horrible cooking from the detention center, said Mako. And you'll be drinking overly done spinach soup sprinkled with nerds candy by Yukuto. Yukuto then came in with his soup specialty. Well, girls, have fun eating my soup, said Yukuto. And dessert, you'll have plenty of strawberry pie and with curry powder. No, not Yukuto's food. Not that too, said Eri. He's the worst chef at Dino Curry, said Natsuki. I don't want to eat such food. You girls have a bad taste not to eat it. Now eat it. It tastes so good for Asuka was able to dream of it, said Yukuto. The scene ends with both girls still crying over their miseries. Now, admittedly, Natsuki is the same person who showed us exactly why our heroes shouldn't use giant robots against normal-sized mooks, and she almost got the other Bodykengers killed using this method, but that came across more as not thinking her plan through. And as for Eri, well, what did she ever do to come across as a child who doesn't know how to behave? Hit a monster in the balls? Fill in for a baker that got wounded by said monster despite not knowing how to bake? That's not childish, that's fighting dirty and responsibility respectively. So what exactly is Akizuki trying to pull with this brainless behavior on their part? And then there's Chokan's punishment. Picking rocks and force-feeding them bad food while the Go-Kaijers torment them. What the hell? That was never a disciplinary action taken by her or any mentor in any season of either show. Have the characters claim Chokan is this really cool woman all you want, Akizuki, but it's incredibly hollow when you write her more like her abusive, power-hungry, immoral superior Ichio. I know I keep bringing Jetman into this, but it's a continuous problem throughout this story, especially when Ichio actually appears in the story later on. I'd like to draw your attention to the episode of Power Rangers Dino Thunder where Trent loses his split personality, allowing him to officially join the Dino Thunder Rangers. They obviously have a very good reason to be cautious around him, but they still let him join up. Though that doesn't stop them from making him clean the Zords. You want to know why that scene was funny? We don't see Trent actually cleaning the Zords. The Rangers don't mock and ridicule him over it, and it's only in this one scene and is never brought up again. But this detention center crap is nothing but malicious. It's been speculated that Akizuki only really cares about Tokusatsu because of the attractiveness of some of the actors, and believe the reason that Natsuki and Eri are punished as harshly as they are is because they are played by actors that don't meet his standards. That is so offensive for so many reasons that if I tried to list them all, we'd be here all day. And speaking of offensive behavior, next week, Trini's Mikification reaches its peak as our next group of past Super Sentai heroes is Chodenshi Bioman. And if you think I've been drawing today's chapter, just you wait.